few years ago, I had a friend pull me aside and she said, Dawn, you really need to start doing your eyebrows. I hadn't even given it any thought. And you know what? I could have been offended, but I'm so glad that she said something. And then I went over 40 and then I went over 50. And now I can look around and I can see just how important our eyebrows are, not only to our makeup, but our overall appearance and the framing of our face. So today I'm going to share with you one of my most requested topics, and that is doing my eyebrows. And if you've never been here before, I'm Dawn with Just Doing My Best, and I'm here every week with a brand new video for women over 40 and women over 50 who just want to look and feel our very best where we are right now. I hope that you'll come over and find me at Just Doing My Best on Facebook and Instagram and say hi. But today we're going to talk about eyebrows. Before we jump in, I just want to say I don't consider myself an expert, a makeup expert by any stretch of the imagination. This is just the way I do my eyebrows. I really believe that as women, the more we work with makeup and the more our body changes and makeup changes, I think that we just want to all find all of the best techniques, all of the best tips, all of the best products that are out there so that we can do the very best for ourselves. So I'm just going to show you what I do, but also I hope you'll stay throughout the entire video because I'm going to share some tips and some techniques that I have learned while doing research for this video. So I hope at the end you find it all helpful. So I'm going to move in a little bit closer. I do want to say that I almost always do my makeup first before I do my hair. Some people say to do your hair first. That way you kind of get an idea of, kind of where you want your makeup to go for the day. I like to do my makeup first so that I can pull my wet hair back and I'm not constantly moving my hair out of the way or I'm not getting makeup in my hair. So I like to do my makeup first and then I kind of re-wet my hair a little bit and then blow dry it and then do my hair. That's just my preference. That's the way I like to do it. How do you know where your eyebrows should start and end, where they should be? Take an eyebrow pencil. All you're going to do is lay it alongside your nose. So if you had it in a straight line where it lands, that's where your eyebrow should start. Okay? Lay that same pencil along the side of your nose and match it up with the corner of your eye. That's where the tail, that's what they call the end of your eyebrow, that's where the tail should end. So it should be from here to here is where your eyebrow should be. Below this video, I'm going to link some of my favorite products, and I did one video before on simple eye makeup where I talked a little bit about doing eyebrows. And I want to say that in that one, I did talk about an eyebrow marker, if you will. I love this eyebrow marker and I will link it for you. I also love, and this one is called an ultra precise brow pencil. Either one. What you don't want is you don't want to use something that's really fat, because what you want to do is you kind of want to replicate hair. Because, okay, let's face it, at my age, the eyebrows are coming out and they're not growing back very quickly. So really and truly at my age doing eyebrows, I'm pretty much drawing them in and filling in the blank spots. Let's just be honest. And so what I want is I want it to look as natural as possible, and I want it to look like hair as much as possible. So a super fine eyebrow pencil or an eyebrow marker, I think, are just the best ways to go. So today I'm going to use the eyebrow marker, and here's what I recommend that you do is when you're getting ready to do your makeup, do your eyebrows, is don't do it perfectly the first time, meaning give yourself a couple of minutes. And what I like to do is kind of like when you're coloring a picture, I like to kind of outline everything first and then go back and fill in the blanks, because then I can see where maybe I've made mistakes. I can look at the two and make sure that I match them up the right way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do them, and you'll see that they won't quite be done, and then I will go back and fill in and make sure that I've got it exactly the way I want it. Now, I want to say that this eyebrow pencil, I love this one, and again, I will link it in the description of this video. I'll link several things that I'm just loving right now. Has the little spoolie thing at the end so that you can fix it as you go. And I'm just making little strokes. Like I said, you want this to look like hairs, so you don't want to draw everything on. You want this to go on in strokes so it looks as natural as possible. So give it a minute. Don't feel like you have to rush through this. And then you can kind of manipulate it if you make a mistake, if you think you went too far. So if you're not doing it super dark and, trying to do it perfectly the first time, then you can kind of play with it and you can kind of wipe some of it off. So I'm pretty sure that's the way I want that to look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the other side and then come back and kind of match them up. But you'll see what I did was I started this, and I want to just say this, that I have found that, you know how we make the faces, especially when we're putting mascara on and then we're putting the eyeliner on and we're doing the whole thing. Make sure that you relax your face after you have drawn on the eyebrow, because we want to draw it on like this, and then you come back and if it looks like this, you're like, whoa, not the look I'm going for. So you got to come back and kind of relax your face a little bit and make sure that that's the way you want it to look in real life. Now I'm going to work on the other side and try to get the two of them to match. And keep in mind, a lot of times where you lay your pencil down the first time, it's going to be heavy. So I don't recommend laying your pencil down the first time at the tail. So every time you stop and start in a place where it can be heavy, or you can kind of take your little spoolie and smooth it all out, because that first stroke is going to be heavier. So like it's a lot heavier right here, but that's okay. I can kind of manipulate it. And I don't know why, but when I do mine, and I can already see I'm making a mistake over here, but when I do my eyebrows, I will do the front of this one first, and then I do the middle to the back end of this one first, and then I do the end. Who knows? You just find the technique that works for you. See, that's a little darker and heavier than I want. and I can just play with it a little bit and see where I want to go with it. You know, I think at this age, honest to goodness, the eyebrows are probably one of the most important things that you can do. You know, rewind this video and go back to when I started this and you could see me without eyebrows. It's a stark difference. And having eyebrows on can literally take about 10 years off of your face. When you don't have your eyebrows on, it can make you look 10 to 15 years older, because then you can see how sparse they are. You can see how gray they are. So definitely do your eyebrows. And when I do the front, I like to go up. Because again, you are trying to replicate little hairs. You want it to look like you have hair. Now, let's be honest. If you're sitting next to a friend of yours in church who's the same age, you don't have eyebrows, she don't have eyebrows, you know she don't have eyebrows, and she knows you don't have eyebrows. That's okay. We're all just doing the best we can. But what you want is you just want to do your best, and you just wanted to make it look like you do. You wanted to make it look as natural as possible. So give yourself time to do it. Okay, I think I have them the way that I want them. So now let's do the test. So I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil and put it alongside my nose, and I got it lined up, and then alongside my nose and my eye, and I have it lined up. And that's what I want. All right, now let's talk a little bit about arch and color. Okay, so when it comes to the arch, you might want to play around with it a little bit. I see a lot of women with the arch kind of right above the pupil, and that's fine. That's kind of the halfway point. What I prefer and what I see a lot of people do, and this is just my preference, is about 2/3 of the way. Okay, so you've got the beginning of your eyebrow, and about 2/3 of the way is the arch, and that's when you've kind of got that little tail. And you know, the thing about that tail is, you know, that as we get older and we're sleeping on our sides, that doesn't come back. So it's very important to make sure that you've got that arch and make sure that you have the tail. So as far as your eyebrow color, here's a good rule of thumb. This is what the experts say. And if you look around, and that's really what I want you to do, I think it's really hard for us to be objective when we are trying to see what we like for ourselves. And you're ultimately going to do what works for you, but I really want you to look around. Look at your friends, look at the people that you see, and look at their eyebrows. Couple of things you're going to see is you're going to see people who don't do their eyebrows, and then you're going to remember what I said, that it could be very aging. You're also going to see people who their eyebrows are really dark. Here's a good rule of thumb. Match your eyebrow color to, I don't want to say your natural color, because I haven't seen my natural color in a long time. But match your eyebrow color to your base color. Most of us are doing a little bit lighter in the body of our hair, and then the base is a little bit darker. Match your eyebrows to the base of your color, and that's just a really good rule of thumb. It will make it look a little bit more natural. Again, y'all, you know what? I'm not sitting next to anybody at church that is believing that this is my natural hair color and these are my natural eyebrows. We all know the deal. Okay? But Match your eyebrows with your base color, and that will help it look the most natural. Okay, let's talk about tweezing. We all do it. We're all going to do it. But I don't know about you. Once I got a magnifying mirror, I became obsessed with tweezing. Like, you're constantly in that mirror going, oh my gosh, there's another one. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, you know, the ones that migrate, those are the best. Here's what I want you to do, though. Once you've done your eyebrows and they are exactly the way you want them to be, then do your tweezing. Okay, because it's really easy to start plucking things, especially you get down in here and you go, oh no, that's not supposed to be there, or oh, that's a wild crazy hair, and you go to tweeze that, or you pluck that out and it may not grow back. So go in, and after you have done your eyebrows, then go in, get in your magnifying mirror, maybe go out into the backyard or something and go into the daylight, and then start tweezing and making sure that you've got everything where you want it to be. And I do want to say this too. While I love an eyelash serum, I've experimented with a lot of them, and I will link a couple of them in the description of this video. Some of those companies also make eyebrow serums to help your eyebrows kind of grow back a little bit. Y'all, I will take all the help that I can get. So I will link some of those for you as well. So I hope all that was helpful. If you liked this video, if you've got some good tips, leave me a comment and let me know. Definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope that you'll find me on Facebook and Instagram at Just Doing My Best. And for now, until the next video, go out today and do your best and be blessed.